What if I told you that in the shadow of Pikes Peak, you can walk through dwellings built into red rock cliffs, sip healing mineral waters that drew people here for centuries, and even step back into an Old West ghost town, all in one afternoon? The Pikes Peak region isn't just about jaw-dropping scenery, it's a living storybook of Colorado's past. Together, we'll explore 4 places where history comes alive: historic Manitou Springs, the Manitou Cliff Dwellings, the Ghost Town Museum, and the Garden of the Gods Trading Post. By the end of this video, you'll not only know where to go, you'll know the stories that make these places unforgettable. Our journey begins at a small town at the base of Pikes Peak, and of course the mineral springs that give Manitou its name. For centuries, the Ute people traveled along what we now call the Ute Trail, one of the oldest migratory routes in the country, to reach these bubbling waters. They believed that the springs had powerful healing properties and held spiritual significance alongside the nearby Garden of the Gods. When white settlers discovered the springs in 1820, word quickly spread. By 1872, Dr. William Bell and General Palmer had co-founded Manitou Springs as a health and scenic resort. Within just a couple of decades, the town boasted iconic landmarks like the Miramont Castle, the Pikes Peak Cog Railway, and the Iron Springs Chateau. Manitou became one of the very first tourism destinations west of the Mississippi. One of the town's most enduring legends belongs to Emma Crawford, who came here in the 1880s seeking a cure for tuberculosis. After her passing, she was buried on Red Mountain, only for her coffin to wash down the slopes years later in a storm. Today, her memory lives on every October in the quirky and beloved Emma Crawford coffin races. When you visit Manitou Springs today, you can still sip from the 8 different mineral springs scattered throughout town, each one with its own taste and story. You'll also find art galleries, local shops, cafes, and Victorian charm that make strolling downtown feel like stepping back in time. And if adventure calls, Manitou is your getaway to the Incline, Garden of the Gods, and Pikes Peak itself. Just a short drive from downtown lies the Manitou Cliff Dwellings, an immersive experience that gives you a glimpse of what life was like centuries ago. These sandstone homes were first built by the ancestral Puebloans over 700 years ago in McElmo Canyon near Cortez, Colorado. In the early 1900s, looting threatened many of these historic structures, putting them in danger of destruction. Virginia McClurg, along with Harold Ashenhurst and William Crosby, led a preservation effort that not only helped establish the Antiquities Act, but also relocated a set of these dwellings to Manitou Springs in 1904. Transported by steam engine, horse, and carriage, the stones were carefully reassembled in the canyon where they stand today. Visiting the site now is an immersive experience. Unlike many archaeological sites, here you can actually step inside the rooms, climb the narrow stairways, and imagine what daily life might have been like for the ancestral Puebloans. The on-site museum offers even more: pottery, tools, and artifacts that connect you to a culture whose ingenuity and resilience shaped the Southwest. It's living history and hands-on exploration, perfect for families, students, and anyone curious about the civilizations that lived long before us. Now let's fast forward in time to Colorado's gold rush days to imagine what it would be like to be a miner in the Wild West at the Ghost Town Museum. Colorado's gold rush brought thousands of dreamers to the Rocky Mountains, and with them came countless mining camps and frontier towns. Some thrived, but most eventually faded into the dust. By the mid-1900s, much of the history was vanishing. In 1954, the Ghost Town Museum was founded to preserve this disappearing chapter of Colorado's past. Housed in an old Midland Railroad building, the museum recreates an authentic frontier town. You can stroll a wooden promenade, step into a saloon, browse a general store filled with antique goods, see a blacksmith shop, and even test your skills in an old shooting gallery. But this isn't just a museum you look at, it's one you experience. Kids can pan for gold during the summer or play with antique arcade machines. Adults will appreciate the sheer variety of preserved artifacts, each one telling the story of grit and ambition. The Ghost Town Museum bridges generations, offering older visitors a sense of nostalgia while showing younger ones a world they've only ever read about. For the last stop of our day, we'll visit how ancient art and culture developed into the largest gift shop in all of Colorado at the Garden of the Gods Trading Post. Its story begins in 1929 with Charles Strasenbeck, who had been selling handmade gypsum carvings at the Garden of the Gods since he was a teenager. By the time he opened the trading post, he had already developed a passion for Native American art and culture, inviting artisans from the San Ildefonso and Santa Clara Pueblos to live and work on site, where they created jewelry, pottery, and traditional crafts. Inside, the walls still bear the artwork of Awaside, a renowned indigenous artist whose murals and pottery help bridge the gap between native and Anglo art forms. The shop itself became a gathering place, blending culture, commerce, and community. Ownership passed to the Haas family in 1978, and under their care, the Trading Post has grown into the largest gift shop in Colorado, while still keeping its historic roots intact. Today, visitors can browse everything from authentic Native American jewelry to Colorado souvenirs. You can also enjoy a meal at the Balanced Rock Cafe, grab ice cream on a hot day, or sample the famous handmade fudge. The Pueblo Revival building itself is a piece of history nestled against the red rocks of Garden of the Gods. From sacred springs to ancient homes, frontier towns to historic trading posts, the Pikes Peak region is more than scenery. It's a living museum. These stories are written into the mountains, the people, and the streets you can still walk today. So when you visit, don't just see the attractions, experience the history. Manitou Springs, the Cliff Dwellings, the Ghost Town Museum, and the Garden of the Gods Trading Post are waiting to take you on a journey through time.